Hola, hello, and welcome to our 8th episode of Super Chat with me, your host, Valeria. First off, we're going to start off with the girls introducing themselves. So, Turkey, take it away.
Merhaba, hello everyone. My name is Büşra. I'm representing Turkey. I'm currently studying fashion and textile design. Also, I'm national and professional basketball player.
Ayvon, I'm Vasana Gunasekara, proudly representing Sri Lanka. I'm a civil engineering graduate and a Master of Business Administration graduate. And I'm currently a startup tech entrepreneur and a director at Lanka Innovation Forum for Entrepreneurship.
Hello everyone, my name is Shelly Cabeles. I represent Puerto Rico. I'm currently in my last year of my business administration degree, looking forward to continue my studies as a prosecutor in law school.
Hi everyone, my name is Laura Kwon. I'm representing Korea and I'm a school teacher at the International School in Seoul.
Hello Supranational friends and family. I am Jessica Van Galen, Miss Ireland. I currently work as a manager in the hospitality industry, but I'm also a model and an entrepreneur. I have a bachelor's in film, a minor in theater, and I have a certificate in entertainment technology.
Hi, my name is Phoebe Aaltonen and I'm representing Finland. I'm currently studying social sciences in Tampere University and hoping to major in psychology and social psychology, and especially neuroscience.
Hi everyone, my name is Gloria Nguales and I am from Canada. I currently work as a licensed practical nurse and is pursuing my registered nursing degree. I also work as a healthcare assistant college instructor and a dance teacher. And until today, I am still advocating for children who needs educational support, such as educational supplies. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for your introductions. We're going to start off with the Super Chat with a topic for the whole group. And this topic is interesting habits. Me, myself, I do a lot of special effects sounds every time I talk. So I think you guys have noticed. So I think that's my interesting habit. So anyone else has one thing that we don't know about them that's interesting and you usually do?
I might be able to relate to you in a way because I like to mix up words together. So one example would be one time I was going to say gasoline and station at the same time, but I ended up saying gasolation. Yeah, so I do mix up words.
Okay.
Funny.
Anybody else does that?
Instead of saying gas station, gasolation.
My friends and family have this mini booklet that they talk about, and they said, we have a list of the things that you make up. So interesting what Polish words I can make up here.
My habit is a little bit different. When I go to bed, I need to cover myself up, but one of my legs always have to be outside in the free. Even though I'm freezing, it's hot, I need to cover myself up and always have just one leg out.
That's cute.
I'm not sure if mine is necessarily a habit, but it's something really interesting about me. I'm licensed scuba diving teacher, or dive master actually, is one below me instructor, so I'm not there yet, but I'm obsessed about sharks, so that's kind of my thing. I dive with sharks, whale sharks, hammerheads, and I love them, so that's my weird habit.
Your weird habit.
Everyone always is scared, then I'm not.
I wouldn't dive with sharks.
No, me neither.
No, not in the sea. Maybe in this, recreational parks or something that they have the smaller ones.
But they're actually
that I don't care.
They're actually really safe. They don't really want to hurt you. They don't want to do anything to you.
It's like any other animal. If they feel threatened, or something like that, then maybe they attack. But it's very rare.
I've talked about this before as well, but when people go cage diving, and then people go there and they will throw this fish, and
of course they will
try to get it, and then they try to come and they come to you, and then if shark stops swimming, it die.
I've heard that. Yeah,
not every shark, but most sharks. So what are you gonna do? I think that's kind of why people think that they will just come and attack you, but it's not really the case.
Piggybacking,
Yeah.
piggybacking off of what she said, for me, I'm a huge adrenaline junkie. So I think for me, my interesting habit is that whenever I travel anywhere in the world, I'm always doing research on what crazy thing can I do next, like volcano sledding through Nicaragua. That's one of the new things on my bucket list right now. So like I've been bungee jumping in Costa Rica and New Zealand. I've been skydiving in Australia and in the USA. I've been zip lining all over the world. So it's like whenever I travel anywhere, I have to do something like really crazy.
I know we talked about this the
Yes,
other
I
day
love
at dinner. I know that about you, but the world didn't. So now you know.
And in my case, I would say watching comedy TV series. I'm such a fan of Chuck Lorre, and that's a really good way of getting over my stress. So I use that as a stress relief
Of course,
technique.
laughter is the best relief.
I love comedies.
What about you, Turkey?
I don't know if it's interesting, but every night before I go to bed, I'm drinking water, and after that, I'm going bathroom. I'm sleeping
have
like that.
This whole cycle set up. Yeah. Water and bathroom before bed. Okay,
This is
if not,
my
you cannot
routine.
go. In you, Korea?
All right, I'm a terrible cook, but I love to cook. But it has to be with other people. I love cooking with other people, such as friends and family. And since I'm currently a teacher right now, I love to cook with my elementary school homeroom kids.
Oh, that's so cute.
And before I come to Poland, which it was November 11th, which is Pepero Day in Korea. This Pepero is a chocolate-covered stick.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, do you guys know what that is? The pepero?
Yeah.
It's like
I think
a
I do,
stick,
yeah.
Just like a stick
it's like a Korean tradition or a culture that we share this chocolate-covered snack, which is pepero, and we call this November 11th the Pepero Day. And on that day, that I had the elective course that I teach with, to the elementary kids. And then we got a time to make up the pepero. But it was terrible. It ended up being crazy, but kids enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my hobby. Cooking
So her
with others.
interesting habit is making you eat the food that she says she doesn't cook well. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I think you've all mentioned your interesting habits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go down with the Superfan questions, but before we do that, let's have a look at what the winner of Miss Supranational 2019 will get, and this is a home based in Bangkok, Thailand. So have a look. And we're back. So we're gonna start off with Puerto Rico. You'll get your super fan question, and this comes from Lisa Beta. And your question is, what do you find are your strengths and a quirk you've learned to love about yourself?
Well, the strengths I learned to love about myself is that I'm a person who never gives up. And sometimes in life, like, we all fail, and it's part of life. And I really just like to, failing it's part of success. It's part of a lesson. So I would say that my biggest strength and that I admire about myself is that I never give up and I always keep trying.
Nice. And what about a quirk? A quirk is like something something quirky. How do you describe quirk? Something goofy, something people think that's kind of off about you.
Oh, that I'm like a person who's always making jokes, and sometimes I don't. You can be serious talking to me like in a serious way, and I always try to make a joke out of it. But I make people laugh, and I think it's good.
Okay. Next down we have Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So your question is, what is something we can learn from children? And by the way, these two questions were made by Elisabetta.
So there is a lot of things that we can learn from children. And one of the main things I think we can learn from children is adapting to change. Because when a child goes through their childhood and they change their homes and change their environment, the child automatically learns how to adapt to the environment. And we as people should know how to get into that trait and adapt to the environment, such as like advocating on climate change and saving our planet and doing these things for the little children. So I would say adapting to change.
That's something that we actually lose while we grow up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because we get too used to the same thing
Yes.
over and over.
And we get too comfortable.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. We don't like to leave our comfort zone
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah. Next in line is, drum roll please, Canada.
Okay.
So your question is, what are some self-care activities you do to prevent burnout or to stay positive?
Okay. Well, I'm sure all of us here have experienced burnout in some sort of way in our lives. What I find the most effective for me is to stay organized and to prioritize my needs and the things that I need to do first, and to ensure that I nourish myself with healthy food, and at the same time hydrate my body with proper drinks, and to make sure that I have enough rest.
In my case, I try to make sure that I have entertainment time, like, you know, like
Yeah.
Netflix or something.
yeah.
Because sometimes,
Yeah.
in my case, that I study a lot
Yeah.
for medical technology and everything, I need a break
Yes.
out of the books.
Yeah.
So at least with TV or maybe
Yeah.
family and friends,
Yes.
you can kind of like, you know, balance everything out.
Yeah.
So-
And it's really important that you take time to pause and reflect on things and spend time with yourself.
Yeah. Agree. Next question is to Miss Finland.
All
And
right.
your question comes from Mariam Ahmed Malik.
Okay.
Your question is, we are striving for gender equitable society. A sole focus on women is not enough. We must also empower men. Do you agree?
Well, yes, I do agree, because I think we're all equals. I don't think women are better than men. I don't think men are better than women. I think we human, we're the same species. I think everyone deserves to be treated the same way. But I feel like it's sure that in some places women are treated not as equal. And I think that's why we should be empowering women to become equal, and I think that's why we should be doing that. But I still think no one is better than other. I think we're all equal, and yeah.
That was a tricky question.
Yeah, it's a tricky question, because obviously I'm a woman, but I think still we have to, everyone is the same. We're all equal. We're all equal.
But good answer. So, yeah, good job to you. Before we head on to the 3 girls that we still have left, we're gonna have a look at what the winner will also get, and is a stay in a hotel in Krabi in Thailand. So let's have a look at that. And we're back again. So next up, we're gonna have Korea. Korea, your question is, what is something you did or learned today that you will remember for a long time?
To answer the question, I should start off by saying, when I was born, I was not Laura Kwon. I was Kwon Hui in Korean. That's my Korean name.
Okay.
And I went to Canada to learn English when I was a fourth grader. And then when I first got there, I had to cry day and night because I did not understand like any single word in English. I did not speak any fluent English. I did not understand what my homework was. And whenever I come back from my school, I always call my mother and cry so hard. And then after a few months, my sister and my mom came to Canada to be with me. And my sister came there as well to learn English as well. And then even though my mom did not understand and speak any of the English, she taught herself on how to speak and write English in order to teach me and increase my English skills. And then there was a lot of teachers who taught me on how to develop my English skill and also to cooperate with other Canadian students. So from that experience, I learned that cooperation is very important, and then there's nothing in the world that you can do alone. So as a teacher, I would love to share my energy and my
Enthusiasm, maybe?
Yeah, my enthusiasm to students so they can get those positive energy and grow up and be a nice person as a human being.
And of course, that's something that you learn and want them to learn for a long time. Nice. Wow, you went through a lot to actually know English.
Yes.
Wow. So next up, we have Turkey. Your question is, what is one change you'd like to see for the younger generation?
I would like to say to them, be happy with your life and be happy with what you're doing and who you are, and be more energetic in your life because this is more important than everything. But be happy in family, your friend, your life. I don't know, I'm thinking like that.
No, and I think I kind of get you, and even more now, some people are focused on like living other people's lives or trying to not like be, how do I say this? Like, you know, with social media, they pretend to be something they're not. So I really feel that, yeah, your answer is a very good one, to be confident about themselves and be happy with who they are.
Yeah.
So I get you, don't worry. It's okay, we're in sync. And last but not least, Ireland. So your question is, what is the most significant change you have seen in the last 10 years?
That's a really hard question because there's so much that has changed in the last decade. Just technology alone, we've seen computers go from 20, 30 inches to
just this.
to literally that. So I'd have to say there's two things I really want to say. One is technology, and then the other is dehydration and drought. Those are two things that are really important and really key to me. I think technology has changed a lot over the last 10 years. We've seen iPhones, Samsungs, we've seen technology advance so much, and it's been great because it's been able to bring us closer to other countries and issues that are happening all over the world. I know for myself, I know a lot more about what's happening across other countries in Europe, across Americas, across Asia, because I have access to all the information on my phone. What's even better than that is that access allows you to stay in contact with people that you know in other countries. Whenever there's a fire in California, whenever there's a tsunami or an earthquake, I get the alerts. I'm able to reach out to my friends and my family in those places, and you're able to stay a lot more connected. And it also helps a lot with emergency evacuations because the governments are able to work together, they're able to send out responders, and all that is because of technology. But at the same time, we have a lot of issues right now with dehydration in countries. And while a lot of countries are getting better about working together to supply food, water is still a rising issue. You see it all over Africa, you see it a lot in South America. There's a lot of countries right now that don't have clean water, and people are struggling to survive every day because they don't have access to those basic supplies. So while some things are continuing to get better, we still have a lot of issues that are getting worse and worse over the last 10 years. And I think that those two things together, if we bring more awareness with our technology to the water, I think we can hopefully help fix that issue and bring water back to those countries that are really struggling.
I agree. Like we managed to actually do something like, you know, develop a lot in technology, but then we forget something as basic as water.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. They already have answered all of your Superfan questions, and this is all we have for today. But before we finish this Super Chat, I have to remind you to get into the Miss Supranational app so that you can actually vote one or maybe four of these girls into the top 25 on the final of Miss Supranational on December 6th. So go ahead and get into the app and vote. Bye-bye.
Bye.